Imagine this for a moment. You finally start making more money. A few years ago, you were earning $3,000 a month and barely getting by. Rent, groceries, fuel, and bills were constantly breathing down your neck. But now things are different. You worked hard, got promoted, maybe switched jobs, and now you're making $6,000 a month. Double the income. You tell yourself something simple. Life should finally feel easier. But somehow it doesn't. Your bank account still feels tight at the end of the month. Your credit card balance still creeps up. And you keep wondering how it's possible that even though you earn twice as much money as you used to, you somehow feel just as financially stressed. Robert wants you to think about this question very carefully. If your income doubled, why didn't your financial freedom double with it? The answer is uncomfortable, but incredibly important. Your money didn't disappear. It quietly transformed into a more expensive lifestyle. And the real problem is that it didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly, almost invisibly, in ways that felt completely reasonable at the time. Let's go back to the moment your income increased. The first thing many people do is upgrade something small. Maybe you move to a slightly nicer apartment. Maybe you replace your old car with something newer. Maybe you start ordering takeout more often because you can finally afford it. None of these decisions feel reckless. In fact, they feel deserved. Robert sees this pattern everywhere. People work hard to increase their income, but the moment the money arrives, their lifestyle expands to consume it. At first the upgrades feel exciting. The nicer apartment feels luxurious. The newer car smells amazing. Eating out more often feels like a reward for all those years of hard work. But something strange happens over time. Those upgrades stop feeling special. They become normal. The apartment is no longer a luxury. It's just where you live. The car is no longer exciting. It's simply the car you drive every morning. The restaurant meals stop feeling like celebrations and start feeling routine. Robert calls this the quiet reset of expectations. Once your brain adapts to a higher standard of living, it quickly forgets what life used to cost. This is what experts call lifestyle inflation, but Robert prefers to explain it in a simpler way. Your spending rises to meet your income. Let's look at a simple comparison. Imagine two people. The first person earns $4,000 a month and spends $3,500. That leaves $500 to save or invest. The second person earns $8,000 a month, twice as much money. But their lifestyle upgraded along the way. A nicer apartment, a car payment, better restaurants, more subscriptions, and a few weekend trips each year. Now they spend $7,500 a month. Robert wants you to notice something important. Both people are saving the exact same $500 each month. Even though one person earns double the income. From the outside, the second person looks wealthier. They live in a better place, drive a nicer car, and appear more successful. But financially, they are standing in exactly the same place. Robert believes this is one of the most dangerous financial illusions in modern life. Because lifestyle inflation doesn't stop after one raise. It repeats itself again and again. New job, bigger salary, upgrade the apartment. Another promotion, upgrade the car. A few years later, your income might be 3 times higher than when you started your career, but your savings account barely reflects it. Robert often explains it like running on a treadmill. You're moving faster and faster, but you're not actually getting closer to financial freedom. Now here's where the story becomes even more interesting. Lifestyle inflation doesn't just increase spending. It quietly destroys something incredibly powerful called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is simply what your money could have become if you invested it instead of spending it. Robert likes to illustrate this with a simple example. Imagine that every time your income increased, you allowed your lifestyle to absorb an extra $1,000 a month. It doesn't feel like a huge number because you're earning more anyway. But Robert asks you to imagine a different scenario. What if that $1,000 had been invested every month instead? If you invested $1,000 a month into a simple index fund earning around 8% annually, after 30 years that money could grow to roughly $1.5 million. Robert finds this number fascinating because it reveals the true cost of lifestyle inflation. Not the dinners, not the car payment, not the upgraded apartment. The real cost is the $1 million of future wealth that quietly disappears. And the reason this happens so easily is because humans adapt incredibly quickly. A $20 meal feels expensive when you're used to cooking at home. But once eating out becomes routine, $20 feels cheap. Soon $40 meals don't seem unreasonable. Then $60 dinners become normal for special occasions. Robert points out that your brain resets its expectations every time your lifestyle improves. Housing expands. Transportation expands. Entertainment expands. Subscriptions multiply. Before long, your financial life becomes heavier, filled with more monthly obligations and more fixed costs. Robert believes this creates another hidden danger. Lifestyle inflation reduces flexibility. Imagine two people again. The first person earns $6,000 a month but only needs $3,000 to live comfortably. They save and invest the rest. The second person also earns $6,000 a month, but their upgraded lifestyle now costs $5,800. Robert asks a simple question. Who is safer if something goes wrong? If a recession hits, if a job disappears, or if a medical emergency happens, the first person has breathing room. They can survive months or even years without panic. The second person is only one missed paycheck away from serious stress. Robert has noticed that many high earners actually feel financially fragile for this exact reason. Their lifestyle expanded until their income became fully consumed. Now you might be thinking something completely reasonable. If you're working harder and earning more money, shouldn't your life improve? Robert agrees with that idea. The goal isn't to live like a monk forever. Money should absolutely improve your life. But Robert believes the real power of higher income is not luxury. It's optionality. Optionality means having choices. The ability to walk away from a bad job. The ability to take time off without panic. The ability to handle emergencies without financial fear. If you're enjoying this way of thinking about money, Robert encourages you to subscribe to the channel. Robert spends a lot of time analyzing the hidden financial habits that quietly control our lives, and if these insights help you see money differently, subscribing helps the channel continue making these videos. Now Robert wants to share a simple strategy that separates people who build wealth from people who only earn high incomes. They control lifestyle inflation instead of eliminating it. Every time their income increases, they divide the raise. Part of it improves their life today, and part of it improves their future. Imagine you receive a raise that increases your monthly income by $1,000. Instead of allowing your spending to grow by the full amount, Robert suggests splitting it. Maybe $400 improves your lifestyle. Better groceries, a few more experiences, or something that genuinely makes life more enjoyable. But the other $600 gets automatically invested. Robert believes this single habit can completely change your financial trajectory. Over time your lifestyle still improves, but your wealth grows even faster. And eventually something remarkable happens. Your investments begin producing income on their own through dividends, growth, and compounding. Robert often says this is when financial stress begins to fade. Not because you eliminated joy from your life, but because you refuse to let lifestyle inflation steal every dollar of your future. So the next time your income increases, Robert suggests pausing for a moment before upgrading everything around you. Ask yourself one simple question. If my lifestyle stayed the same for just one more year, how much freedom could I buy instead? Robert believes the biggest difference between people who remain financially stuck and people who build lasting wealth isn't their income. It's what they choose to do when their income grows. Lifestyle inflation feels harmless in the moment. But controlled correctly, those extra dollars can turn into something far more powerful. Freedom. And Robert believes that learning to control lifestyle inflation might be one of the most important financial skills anyone can develop.